So once again, good evening to everyone and a very warm welcome to Mo TV and to Mo Ki Mehfil as we call it. And today again, we have a very special, session. And of course, it is being taken by, again, one of our family members, Bisham ji, and I know all of you are waiting to hear him. We all know, his sessions or his speeches are always very interesting, full of humor. And I have been hearing so much about his, journey to Rio. So I'm really looking forward to this session. And of course, as I always say, that we meet here on this particular platform, uh, not only because of the programs that come up here, it is also to share some more filled moments with each other, to meet up with each other, say hello to each other. And I know the initial 10 minutes are so very important for all of you. That is the time you all, wish each other, ask about each other's well-being. So that is what this platform brings to us, and that is why it becomes extremely important that we keep meeting here regularly. And of course, I think, whenever we have some sessions, all the encouraging and positive, appreciative words that we have for others, it makes a world of a difference to the other person. And I think jitne hamare sessions hue hain, whenever we all have participated in any form, it's made all of us feel very special. We've, honed up on our talents, started doing a lot of things. So I hope that this platform, we continue meeting on a very regular basis. So today, of course, let me come back to the topic, what Bhisham ji has brought for us. So he's going to be talking about his visit to Rio, and he's going to be talking about the Rio Carnival. And just to tell you all about the Rio Carnival, it is the main festivity in Brazil, which earned the distinction of being the greatest show on earth. And I don't know about the others, but whatever I've heard from Bishumji, I am dying to see this carnival. So the Rio Carnival starts on Friday until Tuesday, or just a day shy of Ash Wednesday, a significant Catholic tradition which signals the start of Lent. The carnival celebrations are a mix of Portuguese and African traditions. So, to experience this greatest show on earth and get the inside scoop on the city's epic carnival celebration, including what you should know about the hottest carnival parades, we have Bhishamji with us, who will be sharing his experience with us and taking us on a journey to Rio Carnival. So Bhishamji, welcome, and really looking forward to this session with you. And I know you have been working extremely hard, and you have, made your whole presentation. I know, Renuji's nephew has been helping you, but it's been an effort from your end. So thank you so very much for bringing this for all the seniors here. So welcome once again, and over to you. You're on mute, Bhishamji.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Ritu. And my fellow elders, I have to read a bit because there are too many dates for me to remember at my age. So I may be going backwards and forwards. One of the most complicated presentations I've ever put together in my life. As my mother said, you've got a foot in the mouth disease. And I put my foot into it by saying, I'll talk about it. Anyway, we put all the slides together, and I had to take help from a dear friend of mine who will be showing the slides, and I'll be doing the talking because I'm no computer buff myself. So Vijaya, my friend, will you take over with the slides? Okay, let's just give you an introduction how this whole thing happened. In 2019, I was minding my own business. At about 4:30 in the afternoon, I get a call from a dear friend of mine named Ashok. He says, hey, Bish, how about us going to Rio? I said, you've gone crazy? He said, no, let's go. And he mentioned 4 other people who are coming, and they all happen to be friends of mine. We've known each other for 30, 40 years. Considering I had not met 2 of them for about 30 to 40, and they were coming from US and UK respectively, I decided to take the opportunity. And also what prompted me, I was getting over a grievance and I'd gone into my own shell. And Ashok told me, it's time you got out of it. Why don't you come to Rio? It'll do you a lot of good. We'll have a lot of fun. So I said, yes. The next few days were spent, this is exactly 1 year, 1 day ago. It was a lot of fun, preparing. And then on top of that, he says, this is a bonus. He says, you don't have to buy the tickets, business class tickets by him, five-star hotels booked by him, parade booked by him, all nightclubs, everything organized. So we literally had to go. So when we landed, we first went to the airport. There was so much excitement. The three of us went to the and sat there discussing all plans, what we should do, what we shouldn't do, or what we can do. Anyway, before we could say Jack, it was time to catch our flight. The first leg was Dubai. So we behaved ourselves in that flight because we had to sleep for 2-3 hours. Then the flight came to Rio, which was about 12 hours. That's when, after a little bit of a sleep and breakfast, etc., we made our way to the first floor lounge of the aircraft, lounge bar, where we had snacks and we had some good laughs and warmed ourselves for the coming evening. And came back after some sleep. And before we knew anything, it was announced that we were just going to land into Rio. And looking down from the window, we could see the beautiful beaches, which are 4 kilometers long, plus it's all along the coastline. The best beaches in the world are Copacabana and Ipanema. And from there, we could see Christ the Redeemer, the statue, which is blesses Rio and welcomes people. On the left is the Copacabana beach, just view from my hotel. Then the third was the Maracana Stadium. You must be knowing, Rio's got 2 crazes. It's got football and samba. So samba we'll talk about. Football is the Maracana Stadium, which holds about 70,000 people. It was renovated in 2014, and the FIFA Cup was held there. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about Rio. We can't go without talking about it. Rio is the 6th most dense city in the world, 6th densest city in the world. And it's got about 1.5 lakh people living there. 23% are living in favelas. They're called shanties. Very, very poor, basically from the slave descent. I'll come to that later. And there's a lot of crime. The crime rate is very high. You have to be very careful walking around Rio at night. So that is then it is very rich in cotton, sugar, coffee, grains, minerals, and a whole pile of, it's got natural resources that are tremendous. Now, coming back, let's talk about the Christ the Redeemer statue. It is a famous landmark. It's built 2,300 feet above sea level on the Corcovado mountain. And it was designed by a person in Paris. The head was sent from there out of clay, and then it was copied out here in Rio. It is 152 feet high from the base, including the pedestal. It's got a fan. The outstretched spans is something like 28 meters, right? Yes. And each is something 6 meters, 8 meters. And it's inside and the head itself is about, I would say, weighs 6 tons and is about 3.75 meters. So you can imagine the size. I have to give you these numbers to imagine the size. You can't see it in this photograph. And inside is built with structure of steel and everything to keep it in place, mortar, and the usual mortar or the cement gets attacked by the atmosphere. To prevent that, they used soapstone, which can prevent it. And they put it on a cloth, stuck it on deco art, means triangles or geometric shapes. They put 6 million of those pieces on all that cape wrapped around Jesus Christ and stuck it there and stuck the cape to the body. And that prevents it from getting corroded or eroded, I mean. So that shows the amount of work put there to make it look white, absolutely white. They wanted it white. So that is a real brief of the statue. I told you about the beaches. The beaches are unbelievable. You just walk out to your hotel and you're in golden sands. You see people playing volleyball, beach ball, surfing, swimming, a lot of fun, hawkers all over the place. And most of it, the dress code is the briefest of the briefest trunks for men, and the briefest of the briefest bikinis for ladies, or nothing at all. A lot of nothing at all was hanging around there too. Anyways, we had to behave ourselves. Then we came to the Maracana Stadium. I told you every part of Rio, whole of Brazil, you'll find from kids to elderly people playing football in every nook and corner, just like we play gully cricket. And that's why it's so famous. And in the Maracana Stadium, we've had names like Pele, Ronaldo, Zico, Zarisha, all these people, Zico, they're all playing football. They're very famous stars, world renowned. So that's a little bit about Rio, because we got other things to talk about now. Now, basically, this carnival in Rio, being the largest in the world, as Ritu already explained, how did it originate? It originated in the 1600s when we had the Romans used to believe, worship the Greek god of wine, and Bacchus was the god of harvest, wine harvest. So he was worshipped. Because of that, they started having celebrations, and these celebrations gradually built up into dancing. When the Portuguese came in, they took over Brazil, and they introduced the polka and the waltz, which was not really a tempo for a carnival. You need a pulsating beat. And what happened, since they was rich in coffee, cotton, and all these grains, they didn't have manpower to harvest them. So they brought a whole lot of slaves from Africa and West Indies. And there were a huge influx of slaves in Brazil. And that caused a fusion amongst them and interbreeding. And they became, you'll be surprised, you can go down Brazil and you'll see a person looking totally white, another person bronze, the third person may be black with blonde hair. It's crazy, I mean, it's unbelievable the type of faces and shades of color you see in Brazil. So any of these started in 1600s. 1650, the Portuguese pushed it further. And in 1917 came the influx of the Afro-Brazilian samba music. What happened, it started like this. The slaves used to get Sunday off, and they used to come and celebrate in the squares, dance away, with only drums and clapping. And their rhythm was so fantastic, so pulsating, they could bring music out of these two elements only. And that caught on with the Dutch, and with the Dutch and the African fusion music fused together, we came out with the samba. And samba, from 1917, it became the order of the day. And they started celebrating these festivals which started. These festivals are in two parts. One part is the actual festival which takes place amongst the samba schools. The second lot are blocko parties. I'll come to that a bit later about the blocko parties. I'll just show you the night to give you an idea of the carnival. Please go ahead. Next one. Vijay, next slide. Yeah. This, I don't know, on your phones, you'll not be able to see it, but the iPad computer. It shows you the tiers on the right and the left are the stands at an angle of about 30 degrees or 60 degrees. And in the center is the road. They built a way which is 700 meters long. The carnival has to travel 700 meters in 70 to 85 minutes. And it can accommodate 8 floats at a time. Now, what is, and just to give you an idea how it is, and these stands have also got special rooms, special clubs for people who can afford to pay more, where free food, free alcohol is served. Another one is only something else, the different levels of entertainment in the clubs. We were lucky to get the first one right almost touching the dancers. You know, we could talk to them. We were right on it. Can we see the next slide, please? Just so I get a bit of the music. I hope it works. This is the Samba parade. You can activate that. Yeah. Music. Unfortunately, we get these glitches with this. Those are not animals, those are human beings. That shows you what all you have at the parade. I'm sorry we got a bit of a glitch here, but you can see the yellow things, those are flames. They're actually made out of paper. Here are the people dressed for each theme. Look at the size of that, look at the feathers. Look at the size of that parade. It has got about, each Samba team has got about 3,000 to 5,000 dancers from beginning to end. I'm sorry about this, but I'll give you a tip. If you just go to any YouTube and put riocarnival.com, you'll see the whole thing in its glory. Please do that. It's about 50 minutes long. It's beautiful. That shows you the size of the parade. This is one float. Look at that. Amount of money spent on these floats. There you are. See the people dressed up. Can you imagine dressing 3,000 people with these outfits? 3,000 to 5,000 per show. You can imagine this one particular school showing 8 floats. Now, how do we get all this together? Can you believe the infrastructure involved in this? It is mind-blowing, you know. So in order to build this infrastructure, in 2014, 2004, 14 Samba schools got together and built huge four-story high warehouses. And these warehouses housed, let's say, mechanical, electrical engineers, designers, because these are heavy structures you have to design. You'll see some of them later and you'll understand what I mean. I hope they work. You needed dressmakers, people good at sewing, cutting, artisans, people who are good at plastic and rubber work, you know, all sorts of things to make these huge floats. It is unbelievable. And can you believe these warehouses were so many that they housed about 10 football fields. Now you can imagine the area it took for these things to be housed. That is giving a size of the infrastructure built. It was a proper huge factory, you could say, with the director, general manager coming down to the last minute. And it gave employment to thousands of poor people, you know, throughout the year they were employed. And it was a great crowd puller. They had to have all these. Can you imagine one outfit, you'll find somewhere a lady twirling round and round, dancing, gracefully dancing. She's wearing a long skirt, which is 6 feet at the diameter at the ankle. So you can imagine how wide it is. She's dancing with that. And that has got stones, feathers, shells, sequins, everything sewn onto it, right? And do you know what? And that is put on a hoop, a mesh hoop put on the hips, on the waist. And on that is impaled the material on which all this work goes on. Can you imagine the weight of that? You may throw a fit if I tell you. It's 35 kilos, up to 35 kilos. So you can imagine the load they carry over a period of 700 meters. Dancing all the time requires real stamina, absolute stamina. And in the heat, it is the hottest time of the year. In Rio, temperatures soaring high and humidity is at its best. And that's where these dancers have to perform. Next slide, please. Now, we came down to, we talked about the carnival. I hope the next few videos work. These are the Blocko parties. I hope you can see them. The top right shows about a small crowd, I would say, relatively small crowd, maybe a couple of hundred people. The next bottom left, you can see the revelers. having fun. There are a lot of people behind, you can't see them, but you start from 30, 40 people in a street party. Any street, there's a party, okay? There are over 500 official parties in Rio. All traffic comes to a halt. There's no traffic. And these parties are going up to 100,000 to 200,000 people. If you see the next slide, you'll get an idea. See that? I hope you can see it on your iPad or your computers. You can see there's a huge dragon in the middle, the green thing is done up. And how many people are around it? There must be at least 70, 80,000 people here. You can't see the end of it yet. Next slide, please. Just to give you an idea, see how they dress up and bring all these mannequins and things like that. People are there dancing, full of fun. And it's just wine and song. That's it. Wine, women, and song, you can put it that way. Can you go to the next slide, please? Could you imagine a party of this magnitude? I hope you can see that. It's a party, huge party. I mean, this had 100, 200,000 people easily. And this carries on, by the way, at 8 in the morning and finishes at 8 the following morning. So, I mean, this carries on for 6 days. Imagine the state people are in. It's declared a total holiday. No work carries on in Rio. And actually, these parties start about 10 days before. And a lot of people just leave Rio to find some peace and go on holiday, you know, because they can't handle this. It's too much. Now, these are the Bloco parties held. We were lucky to go to one of these. We were told not to go alone. We were taken with a guide from our group, and they took us to the safe ones because you get mugged, your money gets stolen, you know, all sorts of things happen because Rio's got the highest crime rate in the world, to be honest. So we had to be very careful when we travel. We had to go to safe places and watch it. But it's a lot of, and here, any of these girls dancing can pull you out and make you dance with them, or you can pull them out, make them dance. And you just join in the group, just go and have fun. And they appreciate that. So we were dressed up there, and we were, people are dressed up like, you know, royalty. Mothers dress up like babies, you know, the wealthy watch the poor perform. These are basically the poor people performing. Macho people lasciviously parade in drag. Laborers masquerade in the 18th century. Royalty, actually, it was meant for the laborers to make fun of the royalty and the white people. And that's how that is still carrying on till today. Can we move to the next slide, please? Yeah, this gives you an idea of what the dances are. Now, can you see the feathers on the lady on the left? And she has to dance for 1 hour, 20 minutes. They walk a bit, of course, they dance some steps, quick steps, then they stop, then again they do. So it shows you the amount of balance they require also, you know. I mean, these feathers and all are quite heavy, you know, the way they harness themselves. Though they are skimpily dressed, there's a reason. It's very hot and very humid. And if you're going to dance for 80 minutes, there's no way you can wear outfits which are, you know, heavy. And plus your legs are moving. And the Brazilian dance is basically, the samba is hips downwards. The legs move at a tremendous speed, and the hips gyrate. Basically, that is the samba. It's no fancy steps or nothing like the tango and things like that. It's just movement of the feet and the hips with a pulsating music that gets you going. Now, each of these floats have something like, they have, as you enter, as you come in, you'll have 6 to 8, 10 to 12 dancers who come in, and the main dancer is the male normally, and a female normally, and a male follows. They are dressed up very well, and they have to sell to the public the theme of the float. where each float has got a theme, like Gulliver's Travel, Christ's Crucifixion, George and the Dragon, World Cup football, So we have to show them what's going to come up next. And they have to act it and do it and set the theme. And then these girls will go out. There are quite a few girls that follow. Then you have the MC follows, who also carries a flag bearer. He sings to the public. They all sing, and the girls flirt with the public around the corner, hoping they'll get some points. People cheer more, so they get points for all that because only one club wins it out of 200 clubs. So there's a fierce competition, severe competition. And then we get the float coming in. Float sometimes has about 200, 300 people on top. It's unbelievable. And these floats can be, you'll see them. I mean, I can't describe it. I get short of words. You've got an idea on the parade how huge they are, and they're pulled by people. You're not allowed to have engines inside because of fire. You may catch fire. So they're pushed by. Hello? Hello? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So, and behind these, they give the chance to the elders also, in front of the float, elders, ladies, elder gentlemen who've been coming to carnivals for 20 years, senior citizens, they dance, give them a chance to dance and sing, go along. And at the back, right at the back of the float, and I'll give you the size of the float, you may collapse. The longest float we've ever had is about 48 meters. Just imagine the length and the design work. It's on wheels. And it is 14 meters in width. And I'll tell you the height in feet, it's easier, is 40 feet. And we were on one of them. I was on 30-foot level, my friend was on 40-foot level. And these floats move and they shake. It's quite scary standing on that. And people are dancing, doing circus acts, doing all sorts of things. So you can imagine the amount of engineering and skills required to put a float together and organize this whole thing and the perfect timing. Can you imagine getting them all together in the beginning of the carnival and see they all are, and people to walk on top. Some of the ladies dancing right on top are put there by crane. Can you believe it? They're put there by crane and there's no way they can climb up. They put there, they dance on top. We're dancing about 30 feet up. So you'll see that. And it's a fantasy. And right at the end, you got a whole pile of drummers. You're talking about 200 to 300 musicians. There are no blowing instruments, only stringed instruments, guitars, brass, and drums. And they practice this for 1 year. You may think it's a joke, but they are perfect. They practice their drumming schools. I've seen it myself. We were taken around to see all these. The amount of work put into it, you cannot just fathom until you are there to see it. It's unbelievable. And beyond these comes a huge truck or whatever it is, disguised with the main singer who sings and eggs them all out. He sings the main theme. And at the same time, we've got with these people, singers, about 30, 40 singers who sing the national theme and get the crowd to sing. The more the crowd sing, the better it is, and get all the rest of the artists to sing. And this is typically a float out here. You can imagine, just imagine it. Can we go to the next one, please? You'll probably laugh now. Next. Oh no, the next slide below. That's one of the carnival queens and yours truly. Yes, I don't know why she hung around me that evening, probably like me. And that shows how she dressed. You can have a good view if you've got a good view on your computer. You can see how phenomenally she's dressed, how much time it must be taking her to put that outfit on. And she has to put it on quite a few times for dress rehearsals. It must be really, really painful, the amount of practice behind it. Next step, please. Now here is us. I don't know where I am. You'll see me, I think, in your outfit, in your computers, you can see me better than I am. But I can see on the right hand side, top right.
Right hand top side, right hand top.
Yeah,
with all the Buddhas, with all the
yeah,
Buddhas, you are there.
Right hand top, the crown.
yeah, that's
Yes.
it. But this is the first. You better have a good look. It's the first time you're going to see a Roman warrior with glasses on.
Yeah, you are also looking like a one.
Yeah. Believe me, I'll tell you what we have to wear. Can you go to the next one, please?
Interesting, very interesting.
We were called the five oglers.
Oh
That's all we
my
could do. so you can see all getting ready for battle. It looked fun. Mind you, we had to have quite a few drinks before we did all this. It was quite awkward. And we were walking, I think we were hobbling along, egging each one on. And we'll move to the next one, please.
So interesting.
Okay. I wish this works.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Us going to battle, getting ready to go climb on the floor.
All naughty Buddhas, huh?
Yeah. You've not seen the style. Helmet under the left armpit.
It's little
right,
blurred. It is
helmet.
little blurred. It is little blurred. So
I'm sorry, I did the best I could. We did the best we could. The resources we had. Okay, I'm just showing you the colors and what
the
on.
colors are beautiful.
No, as it is in motion, that is why it is.
It was in motion, but somehow I think
That is why. That is the reason.
थोड़ा सा छोटा करके दिखाएं तो maybe it's
नहीं, it's already छोटा करो.
Okay. But nice colors, beautiful.
I'm sorry about this mess up. Possibly
Very
this will
nice,
help me
very
to organize it better. Yeah, now this is us climbing. That's me climbing up. You can.
Oh my God!
There, has 30 people. They pulled me up.
God.
I was shaking like a leaf.
Real fun.
I'll tell you. I was shaking like a leaf with all the alcohol.
Naturally.
Your ladder was showing it. Your ladder was shaking.
The staircase was shaking. We were in synchronism. And I was wearing the huge Roman slippers, these stupid, about 3/4 inch thick pieces of leather, which don't bend. And you try climbing up these steps with that, with a shield in one hand, sword in another hand, and your helmet in your hand.
And a bottle of wine inside.
Yeah, lot of drinks also inside.
Hey, I can't tell you a lot. I can't tell you too much.
Risky also, na? It was
Very, very.
Wonderful.
Ritu, you ready to go?
very nice.
I'm ready to go, and I'm quite interested in seeing the next slides.
Okay.
You also want to climb like him?
I told him he has to take me next time.
Yeah, I'll take you. No problem.
Oh my God!
Now, this is unfortunate. Can you work on that slide on the left? Is it working?
I want to go. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Now, this is where you can't get it going.
Bishamji, just one second. Can I just request, ladies and gentlemen, can I just request everyone to mute so that we can hear Bishamji clearly? I know all of us are very interested, but we'll have our comments later on because, yes, Bishamji.
Okay, now we're going to take it one slide at a time as we move because we can't do it in movie style, okay? Now just take a look at that float. Now where my shirt, you see similar people are standing there. We were there. We could literally touch the people going past us, okay? And can you move that slide a bit and show that house coming? There's a 3-story house. Can you see that at the back? There's a 3-story house moving on a float. That shows you left side, left one. That is showing you the magnitude, the size of everything. It's huge. I'm so sorry this is not working properly.
No, it is.
You can see the size. I mean, it's basically the size. The music is missing. The pulsating music is missing, unfortunately. Anyways, let's move to the right-hand button. Now that is another huge one. I see the people dressed up. Can you? Yeah. Look at the size of it. Next one. Keep moving slowly. Yeah, no, previous slide. We can go through it slowly, slide by slide, step by step. No, the right one. Yeah, just see the workmanship on this, and people dressed up. See how they dressed up? Each one is wearing something unbelievable. Okay, can we go to the next slide, please? Now, yeah, now just look at this. Now this, unfortunately, you couldn't see, these are rotating around, on top. And see that lady right on top dancing, right on top. Can you go back? Can you go back, please? Back a bit. Yeah, there. See that lady dancing on top? Right on top. That's about 40 feet up. And while the whole thing is moving left to right, in motion, she's dancing and balancing herself. Look at the size of this. You can never see such an extravaganza anywhere else in the world but Brazil. No wonder it's got this book of records. It's in the Guinness Book of Records. See, he built it like a house here. Can you go to the right one, extreme right? Yeah, now look at this size of this. Look at that. Can you imagine the size of that from the ground? So 40, 50, 60 feet high, the statue comes to. From this year, they made it as that nobody can go over 30 feet because they've had some problems in the past. Can you show that slide by slide slowly, or it's over? Just see that statue, that thing that's built out of feathers, plastic, cloth, and structured as steel inside. Just imagine. Unbelievable. And can you imagine 8 floats like that? Can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, here, look at the height of that polar bear. Now, can you imagine that's moving on the float? There are about 50 people moving that on the left one. Yeah. See, people are dancing. I hope you can see it on your phone. You can't see. Can you imagine the money spent on this? And one of these floats, the most expensive float, could be anything around $200,000. Can you believe it? That's a lot of money. Go to the right one, the green one. Let's have a look at that. There are people all over the place dancing. You can see every floor, every nook and corner, they're dancing with a theme. See the feathers, my goodness. There must be no birds left with feathers out there. Okay, can we go to the next one, please? This is, you can't see this well, but the next slide will show it very well. The third slide after this. This is the float we were on. It was lit up at night. We couldn't get a good shot of it. But later on, we got a better shot of this. This shows the Glitterazi we were made to stand on. Okay, next, please. Yeah, here we are. This is my friend Ashok. He is 40 feet off the ground. Can you see him there standing? That's the feathered thing on top, his helmet. And believe me, he was shaking like a leaf. It was oscillating left and right, this whole parade, and we were made to sing. And none of us spoke in Portuguese, we could sing. There's Hindi songs, English songs, anything, and just get your lips moving. If the judges see your lips are not moving, you get points cut. Absolutely. So they're ready to hack points, and everybody wants it. You'll go to the next one, please. Now here's me on the left. I don't know if they can recognize me. My glasses give me away. Now, why I was put on the left and why was this guy put on the right and the two guys on the right? The guy in the center is a professional dancer, okay? They knew that I was a dead loss, okay? And to get the judges' eyes more focused on these two guys, they're professional dancers. They made them next to me and I was the dummy next to them, opening my mouth, closing like a goldfish, but I was not singing. And we had to do the samba. If we didn't do that, our feet were moving all the time. And believe me, after 85 minutes, I could have drank a whole 1,000 liters of beer. I tell you, we were parched. Let's go to the next one. There you are. That's me. Now, what's in my hand is not a mic. It's a rod to hold on to while we are shaking. You know, while the float was moving, it shakes. You know, the higher the center of gravity, the higher you go. You know, you're away from the center of gravity, so you start oscillating more. And it was quite a job staying steady and dancing there. Believe me, it was tough. And with those sandals, those crazy sandals biting into your feet, thick as anything. Here we are. Next, please. Look at this. Look at the happy people. No tension. We are getting ready to go to the bar. We just changed from our clothes. We're just going to have a quick one and then ready to wear our outfits to go partying all night. This is where we partied all night. And that's us 5 guys. And this year we hope to go somewhere for my 80th. So that's us. Now I'll give you a few statistics. I've skipped over a bit because it's impossible to go through the whole lot. I think Somajit will love to hear these statistics.
Bisham, this is absolutely amazing stuff. My God.
I wish you could take your
Last time you showed these pictures were on your phone when I was in Pune, and to see these in live is a completely different experience.
I showed you all the ones with clothes, not without clothes, did I?
I mean, seeing it, I can't hold myself. It's so amazing. You know?
Okay, just to give you an idea.
Inspiration for everybody to do this now.
I'll tell you what happened. While getting off the float, Bisham Malkani trips and falls down on the 30th floor, mind you, on the 30 feet up. Luckily, I didn't fall down, and I had braces on both my knees because I got weak knees, and I couldn't get up. I couldn't get up at all. 3 people tried pulling me up, they couldn't, so they had to get a crane with a platform, push me onto that. Yeah, and brought me down. It brought me down, and a mobile crane. And then they took me straight away into they have a little checkup place, infirmary, I call it. It's a caravan. Put you in, check your blood pressure, this, that, asked you a lot of questions. Are you diabetic, this or that? Says, what can we do for you? You seem okay. I said, I'd love a beer. So they gave me 2 bottles of beer. I said, thank the Lord. Then we finished that and we went out. All night was another story, you know. I mean, it was crazy. We got home at about 6:37 in the morning. And now I'll give you some statistics. It's worth knowing. I mean, you know, over 10,000 liters of beer is consumed during the event. Just 5 days. The carnival generated 487 million in revenue during 2019 parade, and generated employment for a particular section of the poor throughout the year, year after year, year after year. What $4 million are spent on the preparations, costumes, floats, etc. for the carnival, and the cost over 25 million, the cost, out of which it's in 3 places in South America. It is in Rio, Salvador, and one more place I can't remember. Anyway, it's in these 3 places, and Rio contributes 12.5 million revenue. Now, the total generation, the tourist industry, including the bars, generate $1 billion, not million, $billion. Just imagine what India could do if we had something like this. Yeah, US dollars 1.43 billion is earned from the carnivals, while restaurants and bars generate 1 billion. Just imagine, not million, billion. Hotels generate $203 million. This is all in dollars. Out of which 30% was earned in the last 1 month during the carnival. And all the hotels are packed full. And if you want to get into a hotel, you pay high rates, premium rates. There's no way you'll get a hotel. If you get a place to stand up and sleep, you're lucky. Transportation generates $300 million. Just imagine $300 million transportation. over a billion, BILLION spectators from over 150 countries. This is transmitted to. There are over 50,000 TV sets all over the place, showing you everything, right? Counting from the control room onwards, everywhere, so much. There are over 45 miles of cables. So you can imagine the gigantic proportion we are working in, what sort of macro management and micromanagement must be in this. It's unbelievable. Well, I think this is all I've got to say for tonight, this evening. Ritu's cursing me, I finished half an hour early.
Amazing, amazing.
I tried to time it for 1 hour, but it's impossible to get it exact.
One question, Bishamji, one question. How did you get onto the float? Because do you have to book it?
I showed you how. No, it is all booked. We paid a fortune on it. To enter the parade, you have to book in advance. You can't just come in. And
I wanted to know that. Yeah.
No, we were, I must tell you, could you ask this question? We were attached to a samba school called the Manguera. It is the best samba school in whole of, it has won 19 out of 25 events. So we were attached to them because the carnival queen of that was a British woman. She was the first Latin American woman to be taken as the carnival queen. And she happened to be one of the directors of our tour, So she helped us to do the samba, get us the passes, take us in, teach us the steps, teach us the lip sync, talking and singing, and be with us right through those 5 days. That's how we got. They did the booking. It's expensive.
Evening, Bishamji. Amazing, amazing. And you motivated us. We are all ready to go.
Yeah. No.
Do they rehearse it?
The number.
I'd like to go to Salvador next time.
On the floats were really, really nice.
Yeah.
But I've never sweat. You try climb those steps. You'll be sweating because they're moving. They're moving and you got this stupid sandal on. And you got to...
So then Anurag should do it for us next time.
Sorry?
Anurag should do it for us in the morning.
Yeah, you should do it. I told you balance, no? Balance is on top.
Bishamji, do they rehearse?
Can we just have it one by one, please? Sagarika ji, yes, please go ahead.
Fire away.
I wanted to know if they rehearse it. But there's a huge parade, so many people involved. Do they ever rehearse this thing?
See, what rehearsal was the samba schools, they are rehearsing throughout the year. Totally. Okay. We were guests. We were just guests. So at the last moment, here's your float, get up there. That's what we had to do.
Okay. Bhamriji, you had a question.
Yeah. Fire away.
Bhamriji, we can't hear you. Bhamriji, you are not audible. Bhamriji, we cannot hear you. I think there's a problem. Maybe you need to just re-log in again because we can't hear you through this. No, you are not on mute. No, you are not on mute. I think you can just re-log in again. There's some network issue or something. आप एक बार re-log in कर लीजिए. Ranjana ji, you were saying something.
No, I was saying Somajit will guide us and we'll take all the details from Bishamji and we all will go.
I'll guide you. I'll guide you.
Ranjana ji, I don't need to. Bisham is there. We will do all whatever is required. But, we have a guide, a travel guide who can take us all there. I also want to go. Why shouldn't I go? I also want to go.
So 22 we are going.
One by one.
Somajit, we are so motivated that we cannot control ourselves. Control ही नहीं होता.
I suggest that Bishamji, 22 we are all going in December with you as the leader.
Yeah.
So let us know what practice we have to do.
I'll tell you, first of all, learn to drink a lot of beer.
That I know.
You can't survive. Number 2, learn to climb up a shaky staircase wearing thick 1-inch thick sole sandals. Okay. And 3rd, learn to dance for 80 minutes non-stop.
Yes,
Oh my God. Wow.
And don't take wives across. The girls will flirt with you. Then you're going to catch it with that sandal.
So where are we going then?
The women are going to flirt more. Bishamji?
I was single. I was happy. I just said, I'm available.
So now early in the morning, 8 o'clock, we'll start practicing samba, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get our friend on the job.
Now, Somajit, get ready.
Yeah, Somajit, you organize. I'll be the tour guide.
I don't comply to the point 1. 2 and 3 I can still try. 1 is difficult since I've given up liquor, so that is difficult. But 2 and 3 I will definitely.
Unbelievable. You'll never see something like this in your. You have in Trinidad. You have in Trinidad. You have in Australia. You have in all over the world. You have these festivals, but you'll never.
Since
see something like this.
Since we have you, I think what we can do is have you decide a date, and then let's organize a way to.
Next year, it has to be in February. Is 5 particular days are marked. I'll get the days out. And I even know the program director also can help us out.
I think nobody is willing to wait till February. Everybody wants to go now. Like.
Bishamji,
it's a little expensive.
I have
yes.
seen little bit in Disneyland near Paris. From Paris, it is about 30 kilometers away. So there in Disneyland, I had gone there. So at the end of the day, they do parade and so many things, but that cannot be compared with what we have seen today.
They cannot do what these people do.
Ranjana dear, Disneyland is meant for children, and this was an adult.
Yeah.
It's synchronism and micromanagement.
No, Disneyland is on a very small scale and for everyone.
This is 700 meters. They have to walk.
I remember what I see.
It's sort of floats and
200 schools. 200 schools. Samba schools are there only in this particular city. So you can imagine how many they have leagues, different tier knockouts, and then the top 6 are chosen for the final 5 days.
Bisham, you must be trained in Samba a lot by now.
Right? I told you one of the ladies taught me. She was the Samba queen. She was a program director for us.
So do all of us want to see Bisham doing a Samba move?
Oh no, not with my knees. Forget it. With my knees, walking is a problem. But I will do it when I come to Delhi. Okay?
No,
yeah.
You line up the beer.
I look forward.
You have not been there.
I'll do it.
If you are not doing Samba today, that means you have not been there. It's all false.
No, I'm not in Delhi. So how can I do? I can't do it. I'll come there. I'll bring the Samba music.
Here.
Without the Samba music, your feet will not move. Okay. Can you imagine? You have to get that.
Must be having those music with you.
Parveen, I'll do it with you. Come on.
Okay, but I won't be here when you are coming.
Bishamji.
Yes.
First of all, I want to salute you.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
nice.
And I want to ask you 2 things.
Yes.
I want to ask you 2 things. Have you been to Copacabana beach?
Yes.
And there is one church. There is one church. There is one Christ photo.
Redeemer,
yeah.
photo, statue. I described it. Yes, I described it in the beginning.
I missed that. Okay.
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 That is 158 feet tall.
Okay. Thank you.
50 tons. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the Redeemer.
Very nice.
Anybody wants to know any naughty things that happened there?
I felt that by seeing your videos, Bisham, I felt that I have seen everything.
What about sea beaches?
Which year was that, sir?
We are already there.
Okay, let me tell you. There were many more photographs where Bisham ji has been discreet and decided not to put them up.
I can understand.
So anyone who is interested in watching the whole show, please visit Bishamji there in Pune and see the whole lot of photographs of what
So
is
he is
there.
coming to Delhi. He is coming to Delhi and will be staying in Gymkhana Club. So I will go there. It's very near to my house. I will snatch him and see him.
But you got to see these live. You can't see them on a photograph.
So you
got to see three dimensions.
Censored the show, is it so?
I can see the excitement on Mohini ji's face.
Yes,
she's the one who's at least she's honest about it. She's honest about it. She said she's enjoying it. And
yes.
Bisham, we are satisfied what you showed us today. We are very satisfied. But Mohini ji wants to see further. So
you do the censorship job very well. I can read it from your face.
You motivated us so
and
much.
we can see it from your face, Mohini ji, that you are so interested to see them.
I'm always interested to visit different places, you know.
Yeah.
Anything.
We should visit.
When you have 5 oglers going there, what do you expect? You know, we are ogling all the time.
We can expect anything from you, Bisham. Anything.
Okay, but so I'm sure all.
Yeah.
So Bishamji, I hope that you relived everything that happened last year while you were compiling this for us. And believe you me, that it was such a fabulous presentation. I know there were some glitches with the music.
I apologize.
Without that, not at all, Bishamji, without that also, I think we were so riveted to the screen.
Motivated us.
Not for a second did we, take our eyes away, from the screen, because the photographs were so spectacular, so interesting. And I think there is not a single person here who does not want to go there right now. Given half a chance, we would just fly right now if it was happening. So, and I think that's the truth. Whether we show it on our faces or we don't, that's different. But
no.
एक मिनट पंख उड़ जाती मैं रसिया पंख.
You are wearing the same T-shirt right now?
Yeah.
Yes, he's wearing the same T-shirt.
He's wearing the same.
Carnival.
Very nice.
Bisham, अगर अभी आपका म्यूजिक भी चल रहा होता, I think everybody would have started dancing also.
Okay, if so, we can have some samba music. Let me just at least get Navneet. Navneet, can we just play 5 minutes of samba music? No, I'll get Navneet to find some in YouTube and just play. Rio Carnival.
Everybody start
dancing. One second. Hanji, Bhishamji, let me know what can we put up?
Just Rio Carnival 2020. Just put that.
Okay.
Or any Rio Carnival. Any Rio Carnival.
All right. Navneet? Are you there?
Is ready.
But the next time I go there, I'm not going to see I'm going for blessings because I'll be over.
Ma'am, he isn't there.
Holy guy.
So, Kajal,
We believe you. Bishamji, we believe you.
Yes. Where's the music?
Bishamji, could you spell it once again?
Rio, R-I-O, Rio Carnival 2020.
Just that. There are on YouTube, so many of them. Take your pick.
So, but everybody has to dance. Everybody has to do the samba dance.
So you too, Ritu.
Oh, you're having a problem. Pulsating beat.
Bisham promised that music you will dance.
Sorry?
You promised that once the music is placed, then you will show the light.
No, I can't hear. There's a lot of echoes. I'm not able to hear.
I'll just
echo. Yeah.
I'm saying, Bisham, that you had promised that once the music is in place, you will show us a live demo of your dance. Isn't that true?
I'll do it. I'll come to Delhi. I'll come to Delhi and do it. Bas.
So we are fine to see it on Zoom right now. We'll see
Delhi. Now I got my chappals on. Next Delhi, I'll come and do it. No problem.
I will take the photographs and send you.
I'll get Ritu on the. I'll get Ritu
When
on the floor.
Bishamji will come now, I'll take the photograph and send you.
Do it. I'll get Ritu. Ritu will come on the floor. She has to practice before going.
100%. I'm going to practice with you, Bishamji.
Come on, come on.
You're definitely taking me there. So
I'll take you there. I know all the wild places there also.
So all the interesting places, yes.
I think given how Bisham, yourself and Renu and team is master organizer, both of you should take responsibility for the Rio trip and have everybody go there. Happy to support what Renu and you should we make that happen? I think between both of you, the organizing of the event will no longer be a difficulty once it's get done.
In fact, Renu ji and her nephew have helped Bisham ji to get this whole presentation done and this whole PPT because so we need to thank them for all their support and Vijay is here. Vijay, can I request you to come on camera?
You beat me to it.
I think he lost.
Ritu, she's pinned my jacket.
She's okay. So yes, she's borrowed your jacket. So Renu ji and her nephew have been there, and Bisham ji has been trying to send us the presentation and all, and I couldn't open it up on my Android phone despite various attempts and all, but we still managed to get this. So thank you so much, Renu ji, and thank you so much to Vijay also for getting this beautiful presentation done, wherein we are still mesmerized by it. So thank you so much.
Our pleasure. Always.
Thank you. Thanks a million, both of you. Did a fantastic job. We did about 4 rehearsals.
Thank you, Bisham, for showing us such a nice program. Yeah.
Thank you.
We have been to Rio now.
I brought some life into the system, yeah. Come on, there should be some life.
And now, yes,
it was fantastic.
Minus the beers.
Minus the beers. No, everybody can have the beers in the hand. But this is the beginning of all you elders. I know you all have been to wonderful, wonderful places, and you all have such beautiful memories, and you have gone with your friends. So please, I'll just mute Bhamri ji. Yes. So I know, like Bhisham ji, he's brought this beautiful presentation to us for this exotic location that he has been in, and through him we happen to see this Rio Carnival. I don't know how many of us have actually gone and even on YouTube or visited this place, but bringing these beautiful aspects to everyone. Like I still remember I had been talking to Sharmila ji where she had seen the Northern Lights in the Alaska visit and all that. So I had been telling her to get it. Luckily, we got it done by Care Voyage also. So we look forward to all of you also bringing your memories, your shows, your experiences to this and share it with all your friends here, and of course get all your friends also here to watch it along with you. So we look forward to you all also participating in this.
What you're saying is, if you could all share all the interesting things that all of you have done in life that you would like us to be part of. Praveen aunty is putting a thumbs up, so we know all of you had done very, very interesting things that you've done in life. Let us also be part of that journey. And Moni aunty was talking about, it's very different to see her in the spiritual shows and sing. I can almost imagine her.
I'm going for blessings.
And then asking Bisham for the uncensored ones.
Just to tell you, Mohini ji is a traveler by nature. She loves to go to new places. And explain she's out, but given half a chance, she's out. So Mohini ji, you are also going to bring it.
Yes, for sure.
Each one of you. I think
I also belong to that group only.
नहीं सबको मेरे को पता है कि ये आप लोग सब जो 10-15 साल 20 साल पहले नहीं अभी भी all these beautiful things you've done.
One second, ladies, one by one, please.
only for the last 2 years, I did not go anywhere. Before that, every year, twice in a year, I used to visit so many places. I visited.
All the interesting things and very, very interesting things that Ranjana aunty you've done in your life, you need to showcase it to all of us. We are all in the family. We need to get to know these secrets that have happened in the past.
Yes, so interesting.
Yes, Praveen ji was also wanting to say something.
I wanted to say that I wish that कुछ साल पहले आपने Emoha बनाया होते तो when I went to Russia, oh my God, I saw that Bolshoi theater. Amazing, amazing. I wish वो होता तो मैं आपको सबको उसका दिखाती. I don't know where all these photographs are there. I have to find them. But still, I will definitely show you few things.
Did you use the binoculars, Praveenji? Did you use those micro binoculars to see the performance?
But she learned the ballet there.
What? Ballet, the ballet. Hanji, Mr. Bhamli. One second, Mr. Bhamli. Just give me a second.
Yeah. I want to say we have gone to a lot of places in USA, but how to present like Bisham? This is a fantastic presentation.
You
have to learn from him.
You got to have friends around, my dear friend.
Chomati, I preserve everything, but
really admire. I really admire.
He has shown.
Okay, Asha ji, you had something to say.
Ritu, I can't believe it. Is this the same Emoha group which I joined few months back? It's just totally different.
True.
This is the same group where you did all the dancing, Asha ji.
Ashanti, it is like saying कि अभी story बाकी है.
अभी और भी बाकी है. Oh my God.
बाकी है. अभी बहुत story बाकी है. You know. We will see all of you dancing in the streets of Moscow, St. Petersburg, and all over the world.
Swamiji, in the morning you have spiritual music, right? Chanting. Why can't we have this chanting? Jesus Christ is there. He's there.
Bisham, everything is there. Yeah. The spiritual music is also important, and the beer and wine is also important.
And he's blessing it from there.
The spirit and the spirituality both are important.
Both are important, right? Absolutely true.
Yeah, I see Sama is also joined in and she's waiting to say something.
Hi. Good evening, everyone.
Hi there. Hi there.
Hi, Sama. How are you?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Bisham ji. Bisham ji, I have to say, I love your outfit. I love the very Rio themed t-shirt. Very carnival-like.
You're coming to know more about my life, is it?
And I saw a little bit of your presentation. I'm sorry I couldn't join sooner, but I would love to hear from other elders as well, because I was hearing when I joined in, Auntie was sharing about her trip to Russia. So it would be great to see everybody do a presentation similar to how Bishamji did it. So
yes. You can see it in apps only.
Help.
No, I had been, taking my dinosaur park when I went to Russia.
No, but
I went to USA with my grandchildren. But वो हमने छोटे videos बनाए हुए हैं. I have a lot of them with me. Where people making as yeah, I have a lot of things.
No, I don't think you have to visit a place. You can collect data and put it together and make it interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy to help.
I visited
happy to help. Whoever wants to do the next one, I will help. I will help in helping the presentation. Ritu,
after 6 months. Me after 6 months.
Yes. Now I will think of it.
I'm going now.
I'll combine all those things.
You can send us from US.
Whoever is traveling wherever.
I will try to.
Yes, so exactly what Mr. Kakkar said, whoever is traveling wherever, US, Canada, Singapore, Australia, everywhere. So whatever you are doing, we are going to have a live tour of that place. Whenever you are visiting a place, you can have your mobiles on, and like हमने आपको वो दर्शन दिखाए थे उज्जैन के मंदिर के. So we had that Pandit ji going around. So of course, Pandit ji on one side, like we said, we enjoyed the Rio Carnival more than that Pandit ji, I guess. That's what I'm hearing right now. So whoever's traveling wherever on the beaches or on the, tourist places and all would love to have a live tour there itself.
Okay.
So
done.
Bilkul. So Praveen ji, Ranjana ji, Suresh ji, all of you are traveling. So we look forward. Sorry, Sagarika ji.
It's a lovely opening for all of us.
Yes.
Me too, traveling.
Okay, so Mohini ji also. So we're looking forward to
We are also going.
So
Mr. and Mrs. Kakkar are also joining me.
Yes, so five people we have, and we will have 5 presentations coming up in the next 2 months.
Yes.
So with that, Somajit, if you would like to say something, Sama, otherwise we will just conclude.
I'm mesmerized like all of you, and I see this as a beginning of many such, interesting journeys being showcased, and then, as COVID wraps up its journey, your journey should start. So happy to help, happy to support, and hopefully be part of some of these activities and events too. As Bisham will be our tour guide, holding a flag, saying all Emoha Carnival team members, please come, please follow me. This is where you'll have your beer. This is where you'll have your drinks, and we'll all follow Bisham. So somewhere Bisham will take us somewhere, Ranjana will be somewhere, Savita will be, Bhandri uncle. I think it's amazing.
He has stirred us all up.
Flag bearer.
बहुत कुछ करने को है.
No, I'll be the flag bearer. No problem. Let's plan Rio next year, February 3rd week. Let's start now.
Yes.
I'm there. Any more takers?
Done.
Yes.
Okay, me and myself, 3.
So there comes Bhishamji with his sense of humor, and I think he makes any conversation so interesting with his, very subtle one-liners, and we enjoy. Like I keep telling him that he's a wonderful, wonderful orator. And Bhishamji, what you brought to us today was absolutely amazing and fabulous, and you took us to a different world altogether. I think we are going to be dreaming of all these pictures that you showed us. And I'm sure half of us are going to be going on to, the YouTube channel to see actually the whole procession of how the floats and all are going around. So, but thank you so much for putting in this effort and bringing this to us. I know we've been hearing you talking about it, and, you being so meticulous and particular about things. I know you have really, really been at it, writing your script, getting it all tuned up and fine-tuned again and again and again, with all the pictures again, you've sorted them again and again. So thank you so much for putting in this fabulous effort. And
Bhishamji was so busy with this job now. Whenever I used to talk to him, he used to be busy with this.
Thank you, Ritu.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your sentiments.
So successfully, he has done it.
Somjit, Sama, thanks for coming.
So thank you so much once again, Bhishamji, for this fabulous show, and getting us all into that. We always are happy meeting each other here every time, but now you've taken us to a different world altogether, and we are happier. So thank you so much once again, and thank you everyone for joining us here today. I'm sure you all had a wonderful time, and like promised, I'm sure I look forward to many more presentations from all of you. And like I keep saying, please do get your friends here, as many people, to enjoy these wonderful shows that we bring for all of you, and people who are interested would really enjoy these things. So with that, thank you so much once again. And now just to tell you about the upcoming show, 6:30 we have a Zumba session.
One question, and that is, I think Bishamji has dissolved the stiffness that we had while watching the shows, So
what is that? Sorry?
Yeah, the stiffness that is there normally, that's gone. You dissolved it. So all of us are now out.
But by the way, a star is born. Any autographs wanted?
Bhishamji, we are coming to you for that.
Ranjana for sure wants it. Ranjana for sure wants it. Your Ranju baby.
Sure. Yeah, she's my Ranju baby. Baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of this fabulous session. And like I said, now at 6:30 we have Zumba coming up for you. 7:30 we have offers that you can't miss, and 8 p.m. we see you all in Geetmala. So please do remember to join in. and see you all there. And all of you take care and enjoy these 6:30 p.m.
Okay.
So till then, keep smiling, keep doing the samba dance, and enjoy all these exotic locations that we just had a look at. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you all.
Thank you, Bisham.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.